Based out of Salt Lake City, Utah, Black Rifle Coffee Company is growing faster than ever. And to the founder, CEO, and former Army Green Beret, Evan Hafer, coffee is just one passion. Helping get U.S. allies out of Afghanistan is another. Joining us now to discuss is Evan Hafer. Evan, welcome to the show. Thank you for your service. Now, in a recent article, you mentioned an uptick in veterans calling the VA suicide hotline since Kabul's fall. How is Black Rifle Coffee aiming to help veterans in this situation?
Well, I think the main concern that we have is always veteran psychological and physical health. One of the primary focuses that we've had over the last 7 years that I've personally been, started the company and then grown the company to over 600 employees is really concentrated on veteran transition out of military service and then integrating them into the professional work environment. Getting them into a positive and encouraging work environment where they understand their background, where they've been, what they've done. Empathy is a big part of this. Secondarily, we have to really be proactive in unifying a network of support around psychological and physical health. So we're out in the community every day, 365 days a year, trying to get veterans active, participating with each other, and communicating with each other.
I've lived on many military bases in my life, so thank you for that. I do want to talk about your company a little bit because it has been called the Starbucks of the right. What does that mean? What is your response to that?
I think that the definitions, or at least party definitions, are for a good portion of this country. I think because for us, I'm very pro-America. I'm very pro-Constitution. I served the country, took an oath to the Constitution over 20 years ago. I'm identify as a conservative. I'm pretty open with that. So I think for us, being bucketed in that, or at least as that, it's easy, but we're a really eclectic and diverse company with a wide variety of people that work here, 600 people. So we have people from all different types of political backgrounds, people that are apolitical, people that are political. So, it's a diverse company that represents a lot of different things. The main thing that I like to tell people is this is a veteran-owned and operated company that really represents the veteran community and people that love their country.
I want to talk to you about some of the personalities that are huge fans of your coffee. Former President Trump has endorsed your coffee, so has Sean Hannity. These two, as you well know, Evan, are admired by many, including groups, unfortunately, like the Proud Boys. Now, in a recent New York Times article, you were quoted saying, quote, "I hate racist, proud, boyish people. Like, I'll pay them to leave my customer base." And now we're seeing tweets like this one. So Black Rifle Coffee, of course, would probably... Here's a tweet. Black Rifle Coffee would probably triple down to paying any member of the Proud Boys and those racist right-wingers from buying their coffee because they don't want them tarnishing the brand. And as you well know, branding seems to be everything these days. Evan, what is your reaction to tweets like this one?
It's news to me that the president or the former president endorsed the company. Don Jr. he's a friend of ours. It's a friend of mine specifically. I do know that, he's tweeted about the company, and that was several years ago. Sean Hannity, I do consider him a friend too. I like Sean. I think he's not only a friend, but obviously he's been tweeting about the company for several years. So when we look at who represents the company, the people that work for the company, myself, Matt Bass, Jared Taylor, the founders of the company, we've got a wide variety of network of friends across political spectrum. And what we like to make sure that people understand is that our brand will not be hijacked by any group of people or a smaller section, a group of people that tries to define it for themselves. We define the brand, and we have zero tolerance for racism. And if a customer group thinks that that's what we represent, then I would gladly exit them out of the company.
Well, you are the face of this company, so I really appreciate you taking these hard questions. I do want to ask you, going back to that New York Times piece, you also believe that the actions from the January 6th insurrection represented a real threat to the republic. Did you receive pushback on those comments at all, Evan?
No, I don't think that we received a lot of pushback. I don't really have a lot of friends that disagree with people that were penetrating, federal buildings. That's when you going out and protesting, going out and unifying your voice with a crowd of people in nonviolent protest, that's part of America. That's something that we should all be in support of. That's something that everybody should be, very proud that we still have that ability in our country. Now, the second that you cross the line and penetrate federal buildings, that becomes a crime, and there should be zero tolerance for that.
So let's talk about your company's mission statement now moving forward. Evan, what is it?
I try to focus on the quality of the coffee and what we can do for the community. So our mission is to build a great company and roast great coffee and create great media. So there's kind of a 3-layer cake to what we do. I try to focus intently on the customer experience, what we can do not only with the product, but what we can do with the subculture in the community I come from. So what I like to tell people is we're roasting great, high quality coffee. We're building an incredible company, and we're building, I think, the finest customer experience out there as far as brand integration with an authentic group of people, myself and the other founders and the other people that are involved in the company. We really care about how the product is represented, not only in the way that it tastes, but the way that the brand feels when we walk into a coffee shop. Or, we have one of the largest coffee subscriptions, if not the largest coffee subscriptions in America. That's because of the quality of coffee and because of how much we care about our customers. It's not because we're trying to squeeze out the center of the P&L. It's because we're really trying to curate a high quality coffee and then develop that customer experience. On top of that, we have a mission. We have a mission to directly support the people that have continued to support this country decade after decade in the post-GWAT era. And what I like to say is we like to serve coffee to those who serve. So we really give back, and a lot of the philanthropic endeavors that we take on are about the people that have been physically and psychologically harmed from these wars that have lasted 2 decades now.
Well, Evan, thank you for your service. Thank you for taking time with us to answer these questions. We really appreciate it. Thanks to CEO of Black Rifle Coffee, Evan Hafer. Black Rifle Coffee is, by the way, we should mention, partner of Altice A4 Advertising.